Yeah,
What
so
was it? Go
for
ahead.
me, it's the cheating thing, like, again
Cheating.
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
like, I don't want a man who cheats, like, I don't care how but I also don't care about men of high status either, so but my thing is,
Okay, so
you
you got
s
half the equation correct then.
so but my thing is here, though, you say, okay, women only have sex if they, like, when women have sex, it's, like, more of a feeling, you know what I mean?
More
Like, they're a
emotional.
connection, like, a real connection versus
Yeah,
guys, it's just, like, literally physical.
yeah.
But so then if your man is going out and sleeping with a bunch of women, all these women are gonna be, like because they're emotionally having sex with him, obsessed with your man, and that just leads to other things like him leaving you for her just because
Well,
or, like, you fighting a bunch of girls, or it just I feel like it gets messy that way.
that's true, but the evil part of this, and I wish it wasn't this way, is that women respect you when they fight for you. And I would argue that's when they respect you the most is when they have to fight for you.
Yep.
Because let's be honest here. I mean, you said it earlier. I love that you said that. A woman's life is significantly easier than a man's.
That's facts.
And the hardest part of a woman's life, a lot of the times, is retaining a man. Attracting the man is easy. Be beautiful, don't be a pain in the ass. He'll probably talk to you. But retaining the man is probably going to be the hardest thing that you do in your life. And I would say what's easy is not respected, but what comes hard is almost always respected and treasured. And a woman is going to treasure a man that she has to fight for, and she's going to respect it a lot more because she's going to say, damn, he picked me. I better not fuck this up.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
If it's
Yeah.
too easy, then what's the point?
And if you know what you bring to the table, you should be confident enough to know that he won't leave you for.
Closer to the mic.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So if you know what you bring
Move
to
it
the
around if you need to. So, like, if you're talking to her like that, move it there. There you go. Go ahead.
if you know what you bring to the table, you should be confident enough to know that your man is not gonna leave you. Worship him, clean for him, cook for him, and he will stay with you. And no matter how many chicks he have during the night, he will come back home to you. In my
Wow.
opinion.
Oh,
I
sure.
mean,
W Spain.
But you did bring up a valid concern. You said, hey, well, I'm not looking for a high value guy. Cool. That actually solves half the problem because as you deal with more and more average men, the likelihood, I would argue, the likelihood goes down because their ability to cheat on you goes down. So a lot of the times, more average men or guys that aren't as sexually desirable are monogamous out of necessity.
That's facts.
So that's good in your favor because then you go ahead and you start to get leverage in the relationship. But the problem is that typically when women have leverage in the relationship, what happens? They get bored.
But, like, I mean, when I say I don't want a high value I mean, my man is I don't know.
And that's fine. That's great that
But-
you don't want one.
But
That's
I
actually
don't
good.
mean like I mean to an extent. Like my man, he's like working towards opening up his own business and lawn and like going to school for automotive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't want like a bum either. So-
Question. So your man can't cheat, right?
What do you mean? I mean, he can physically, but am I gonna be with
Would
him?
you be
if he-
cool with that?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you watch the show now, so you should know.
I mean, I feel like I'm leaning more towards being okay with it, but I also have like a lot of other things and insecurities and stuff. So
I think homie
We
put
know.
that part of the show
We
on
know.
about
Yeah.
cheating, and she got triggered.
So wait, I'm just a little confused though. Well, how did I contradict myself by saying men
because
typically
I don't
cheat?
know. It just
What's
feels
contradictory?
because you're saying that. I mean, you're saying it's okay for men to cheat, but then on the other side of women's, like the women who are also participating in that, like I feel like it doesn't make it okay.
I'm
if
not saying that it's okay
emotional.
for men to cheat. I'm saying that it should be expected, and if it does happen, it's not that big of a deal.
Exactly.
It's not the
Tracy's coming
same.
back.
It's
too.
not the
equal.
same
It's given.
treacherous behavior as if a woman cheats. If a woman cheats on a man, the man needs to end the relationship. It's over.
I
But
agree.
but I think from a female perspective, if you have a man that's taking care of you, that's a good boyfriend, that's a dutiful man, etc., and you find a condom in the bedroom or some shit, and he fucked another chick, for you to break up that relationship would put you at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always told him because I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm like in the middle about it, but like, I don't know, like I love him and we've been together for a really long time. Like I probably would be pissed, and that's why I say like, if you cheated, I probably would be pissed and mad for a while. But then I feel like I'd be one of those girls who accepts their man back after cheating, which is like not, it's like frowned upon, you know. But
You know what's the cycle? This happens all the time. A girl will be with a guy, right? And they're maybe together for like 5, 10 years, maybe even longer, right? He cheats. Oh, you cheated on me? I'm gonna break up with you. She leaves, gets another guy. 2 years maybe pass. He cheats too. You're like, damn. He cheats too as well. So for the most part, guys are gonna cheat. Now how you handle that is up to you. But he's saying in a nutshell, if you leave this current situation, You got time, connections, energy invested in this for one moment of weakness. I mean, is that worth it? Probably not.
And that's an example of where I say like female emotions can like come and fuck you up because at that time you feel bad, this sucks, blah blah blah. But the reality is how you feel. I've always said it, how you feel and what's real are two different things. Does he still love you? Are you the main girl? Do you have the title? Do you have some sense of, how do I say, priority in the relationship? If the answer is yes, you need to put your feelings aside and just accept it. Again, like I said before, you've already kind of insulated yourself and protected yourself by getting with a guy that isn't like a multi-millionaire, blue check, all this shit. That's cool. But what I'm saying is that those guys are capable of cheating too. So the likelihood it just goes down.
Yeah.
And you want to hear a secret? If you stick it through and he's like, damn, you know what? I'm cheating on her, but like she's cool with it. He's gonna stop cheating you because like, damn, I don't want to hurt her no more. It's kind of reverse psychology, but like you being cool with it and being like, damn, you know what? I got you, babe. I'll hold you down. It's like, damn, I feel bad now. I don't want to do it no more. It's crazy, but
And just make sure you aren't like, slipping in terms of like further down the years, you aren't like letting yourself loose. Because I'll be real with you. If he will cheat less, if just go outside, do something, like make sure you're in the best shape of your life. I'm just
Well, for the
Chris.
record,
bro, like
no, okay, I'm not even gonna
here we go, here we
Mute
go.
your mic, bro.
Hey, listen, the chat was saying it all along. I'm just saying he will cheat less if
Well,
you just keep
Maintaining your sexual attractiveness is also imperative. I mean,
But
that's
that's
just the
also too,
reality.
yeah.
You know
Come
what I mean? If you're hotter, right? I mean, granted, he might cheat
He's
on
still
you with a
gonna
girl that's less hotter than you. That's
That
a given.
doesn't-
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if he's like, "Yo, my girl is hotter than this chick," it will decrease the likelihood of him cheating on you as well. When he's like, "I got a better chick than her."
That's fine.
So keeping yourself, and also on top of that, he's gonna be less likely to leave you because he's like, "All right, I cheated and fucked this other bitch, but
I don't
my
want to.
girl is way hotter than her. I'm going back to her."
and she's
Right.
cool as hell. Man,
So if we're being honest though,
Yeah.
like when we got together, like I've personally experienced it, and I think that's what made me start liking you guys more. I wasn't like this in the beginning. Like I was 150 pounds, like the perfect, like slim, thick, and he like always tells me that. But like I got super sick, like I have, and don't play the sad thing because it's not that. But like I just have a lot of like trauma and like past stuff that contributed to the weight gain.
right.
So like I have like
Emotional damage.
hypothyroid like disease. So it's like it's technically not my fault, but exactly.
I knew it was
he
coming. I was waiting for
but,
it.
I do work out every day, and I'm actually
cap.
It's 80% diet, right? 80% diet.
yeah. So
I mean, here's the thing. I think this is kind of the difference between men and women. With men, you could be painfully honest with them, and I'll be very honest with you. If you're obese, it is your fault. It's not really anyone else's fault. I know you went through some stuff and everything, but it's on you to get over that and then make sure that you exercise. If anything, the exercise is going to help you get over it a little bit faster. I mean, obviously,
that's
there's
what
a
I'm
bunch of
doing
studies
now, though.
that
So
show that exercising.
She's on the path.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the exercising helps
trying.
with mental health and everything else like that. But if you want to mitigate, right, the risk of cheating and everything else like that,
For sure.
obviously be as attractive as you can, be the best girl that you can. And if it does happen, well, he's gonna stay with you versus these other
Well,
girls.
for the women that really don't want their men to cheat, what I would say is, so my husband and I are Christian, and I always tell
That
him,
helps too.
yeah, I always tell him, I'm so happy that you have to answer to God if you cheat on me. And it's praise God. It's, you have to answer to God. It's not just me, it's God. So you take that up with God if you're going to cheat on me. And I think that's a way better security to those that are,
It is.
But,
Yeah.
that's contingent upon the man being religious. So
Yeah.
like
Absolutely.
that's an
Yeah.
example of like religion being a buffer to
Yep.
sexual promiscuity or whatever. But let's be honest, in 2023, religion has disintegrated with a lot of people, which is why we kind of live in the crazy loony
woke.
world that we're in now.
The
You know what
era,
I would
yeah.
do as a man of God? God, I messed up. I love you though. I messed up, God.
Forgive my
Back to
sins.
normal. Hey,
Yeah.
I talk to God, right?
Yeah.
I'm holding myself accountable to God.
Like I
That's
said
so
before.
Catholic to say.
So, and I think also this is kind of the difference between men giving advice versus women. Typically, women tend to give advice that's ideal versus men are forced to give advice that's real. I tell women, listen, be prepared that if you're with a man, that more than likely at some point he'll probably cheat on you, and the more attractive he is, the higher the likelihood that he is going to cheat on you. The lower the status, the lower the likelihood, because his ability to cheat on you will be diminished or it'll be blunted. But that does not change the fact that he still wants to do it at some point. And if given the opportunity, he will do it. I will say this, if I can leave you guys with like one kind of phrase here. What I've come to realize from dealing with men and women is this. Women are opportunistic with relationships. Men are opportunistic with sex. What I mean by this is women are opportunistic to find the best guy that they can, to take care of them and provide what they want, income, status, you know, relationship security, all these things. And men are opportunistic with sex, like, oh, it's available, I'll take it. Because it's difficult for women to get a relationship with a man that they truly love, admire, and respect. So they have to be opportunistic. It's difficult for men to get sex, so they have to be opportunistic. So I think once women understand that and accept that, right? We have to accept that you guys are opportunistic with relationships, right? That you guys want the best and brightest that you can get. Women have to kind of understand that men are opportunistic with sex, and if it does occur, it is what it is. Just make sure that you're still the best option, and that other girl doesn't have shit on you.
I think
If it happens,
to answer your point, it's
Yeah.
very simple, ladies. If you know what your man wants and you become that, you win. And as a guy, if you know what your girl wants, you become that, you win. So ultimately, it's knowing what the other party wants and becoming the best version of yourself to give that. That's it.
does that answer your thing though? I don't think it was contradictory, but I guess that was more of a question on cheating. Like it's fucked up, right? But does that
Yeah.
answer it kind of?
Mhm.
Yo, someone said, you say you're trying, right? Someone said you're not trying hard enough.
This nigga,
What
bro.
the fuck,
Come on,
man?
man.
Y'all niggas wildin', bro.
Yeah,